Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer. This is A Country Life, and thank you so much for joining me today. I just did the after Christmas purse clean out. Do you guys do that too? Oh my gosh, my purse, it was full of coupons that I had put in my purse thinking, well, possibly if I get to that store and I find something you know, as a gift, I could use that little discount. It was full of receipts and change. Oh my goodness, so much change. A rebate form that I have to fill out. Christmas cards. It was just full. Christmas candy. Look at this. This was also in there. I'm going to keep this at my desk though. So just so much stuff. So I did a great big clean out. And now I'm going to work on some I'm going to respond to comments. You guys always leave such nice comments, and I try very, very hard to take time to respond to those comments and or leave a heart. You know, I'll love the comment so that you know that I did read it. And I've said this before, but oftentimes Warren and I'll read the comments to him. And what is going on every year? I read comments to him, if there's comments addressed towards the kids, if we're in the car or something like that, going someplace, I'll read through and look for the comments. I can actually sort comments based on on a word. So let's say I just want to be like, oh, Peter, here's all the comments that people left for you, like happy birthday wishes or something. I can sort them like that so that I can read the comments to the kids. I mean, I suppose they could go on to my channel and they could go through and read all the comments too, but they probably wouldn't do that because they're kids. Another big thing that's happening today is laundry, because I did not do any laundry well, it's already the 28th and I did not do any laundry for days. Leading up to Christmas, I can't even remember. So I'm just saying, there's a lot of laundry. Joe, he always collects laundry for me, and even he was like, whoa, when he saw the pile in the bathroom last night. I got everything sorted last night and just kind of cycling through laundry. But the first load we did today, unfortunately, Peter has not been feeling very well. Let's see, today actually he says he feels a lot better. He has some thickness and plugging in his ear. So not last night, but the night before, he was just cold and he had the chills. Not feverish though, but just not feeling well. I even suggested at one point that him and Maria just play maybe just play a little Uno or something like that. Or I said, you know, do you want to do something like that? And he's like, no, I just don't feel good enough. He ended up going to bed, I think fairly early, having a very restful night. Got up, he threw up in the middle of the night, just very, very restless. Then yesterday, he seemed to be feeling all right. I mean, he was up and about and doing things and going outside and that. And then last night, all of a sudden, he was like, my ear hurts really bad. So I use, whenever the kids get an earache, before I would rush them into the doctor for antibiotic or whatever, I use Similison earache relief drops, and it's I think they're homeopathic. You kind of warm them up in your hand a little bit, then you put 3 drops in the ear with a cotton ball, and then the sore ear, you keep it upright and then put a warmed heating pad or a warmed up rice bag on it. And so we did that 2 times last night, and he wanted to sleep on the couch with the Christmas tree lights and stuff. So I let him do that, and then this morning he said he was feeling a lot better, just kind of some plugging. Those Similison earache relief drops have worked. I've used those since Emily was probably probably a toddler, probably since Emily was a toddler, used them, and they always seem to help a lot. Rarely have we ever had to take a child in for an ear infection, because we give it a couple of days and using the drops, and it's amazing how it just kind of it just goes away. My point in telling you all of that is that we have a load of blankets in the wash right now. Actually, I put those over in the dryer. Towels are in the wash now. But since he had slept on the couch, and then he used just our throw blankets, and you know when you're sick, You know that sick smell that you kind of get when you're like sick and having kind of a fitful night and everything? Anyway, we threw all the blankets into the wash today. I decided for lunch today to just do a little snacking board. I completely forgot to open the cornichons. Thank you guys all for letting me know how this is supposed to be said. I didn't have to look it up then. Ooh, these are spicy smelling. Ooh. But anyway, I forgot to put these out at Christmas, and today I was like, you know what? This is what we're doing for lunch. All right?
Looks really good.
That's going to be our lunch.
How do I turn it off?
The red button is going, right?
Yeah. How do I turn off the video?
You just hit the red button again.
Okay.
I wanted to give you guys a little look at what we ended up finding at the 50% off sale. Maria and I went into town on the 26th, and just to look, I really was just looking for 3 rolls of wrapping paper to add to my stash, and this is when I like to get it, when it's, you know, as cheap as possible. I got this here for $3.50. Thought that was some really pretty wrapping paper. And then this one is so fun. Look at how fun that one is. And this one was like $3 for this roll of wrapping paper. I also picked up for $1.50 a package a bunch of tissue paper. 1, 2, 3 packs of tissue paper. Yes, Maria?
Do you have a zipper?
Possibly.
Okay.
It would be up in one of those. Okay. And then some boxes. So $2 a package for the boxes. It's such a great time to purchase stuff like this, you guys. And I mean, I will kind of pay attention, and things may even go down to 75% off, and depending, I might even pick up a few more boxes if they have any left. These were $1.75 for that set of boxes, and then I got this set, which had some of these nice big ones in it. This was $2.50 for that set of boxes. I always like to look for stuff like this with the wreath. I mean, I can keep this in my bathroom. There's no big, I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter. It's just soap. You can have it all year round, right? But 62 cents, I think it was, for the soap. And I picked up this double chocolate hot cocoa mix. I think this was like $1.75 or something, maybe a little bit more than that. And some cups here for a little over $1.50. The Watkins cinnamon. It's been a long time since I've had the Watkins cinnamon. $3.62 or something. Got pecans for $2 a bag, and that's a great price for those. So I picked, and they're already like chopped pretty fine, so that's kind of nice. I think this was the last package of these. I thought these plates were pretty for $1.50, and then a couple of these. These are the Pioneer Woman. I can't remember how much these were, but I mean, they were 50% off. So I picked those up to put into my stash for next year. They didn't have a lot. Someplace that we didn't stop, but I do like to stop, is Goodwill, because they have like paper plates, usually in big packs, like 24 or 30, you know, count, and they'll have those at 50% off also. We didn't stop there that day because we were looking, all I wanted to do was go to Walmart and then get a large calendar for 2025 to put onto the freezer. You know, you guys see my calendar way over there on the freezer, the fridge freezer there. We went on a little bit of a wild goose chase because none at Walmart. Then we went to Walgreens. Then we went to CVS. Then finally I was like, okay, what other place in my town would possibly have a calendar? Maybe Five Below. So I actually called Five Below, and she's like, oh yeah, we have them. When we went, I ended up buying it, but it was the kind where you have to add all the information yourself. I had to put the month on, and I had to like date the entire year, which was fine. I mean, it was a fine little project to do yesterday. It was raining, and I did that, and it was just fine. But that's where I ended up finally finding the calendar, and that was why we didn't stop at Goodwill, because it took us so long to try to locate a calendar. Well, it's time to get the bedroom put back in order after Christmas. Yeah, today I didn't even get my bed made because I initially put a bunch of stuff from the floor up on my bed and I just didn't get it made. So I was just kind of going through the stuff I actually saved from Christmas, like ribbons and some bags and some boxes, you know, some that didn't get destroyed. And I was just kind of organizing this. So I keep this tote down in the basement, and it has boxes and all my Christmas stuff. This is all the tissue paper I saved from this year. I have bows, and I have all the like ribbons and different things that I save because I just use it again the next year. And actually my girls are all so good with wrapping gifts with such pretty ribbons and everything. I end up just saving all of it. Like, look at this pretty little ribbon. They just use such pretty ribbons and bows, and so I save it. And then I use it next year. And they're all like, oh yeah, that's how we wrapped our gifts last year, isn't it, Mom? And I'm like, yep, it is. So I'm just organizing all of this. I also will keep my plates in here and the cups, because then when I open this up next year, I'll be like, oh yeah, there's all that kind of disposable stuff that I bought ahead of time, because it does get really expensive to buy it the year that you need it. And I have the space to store it, so I do. All right. Hi. What are you doing other than making me nervous?
I was walking down here to look for spots to set traps.
Oh, okay. You just had been gone for such a long time. I was starting to get a little nervous. I was like, what happened to Peter? Because you didn't even tell me where you were going when you went outside.
Sorry.
So, yeah, well, I'm glad that I found you because I was getting a little nervous. I went back by your deer stand. I went down to the island. I was all over the place.
Yeah.
You were just down here looking for spots to set traps, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to ride back or?
Sure.
Okay. This is it? You didn't come down with anything?
Nope.
Nothing. December, what is it? December 28th?
40,
No coat?
4 degrees outside.
Yeah. And on Peter News, he, what do you think? I was going to punch you?
No.
I put my hand up like this.
It's the sun.
Oh, yeah. It is pretty bright, isn't it? Peter News. What's the latest Peter News today?
Got my last tooth pulled.
His last tooth finally was pulled. So at the dentist, they said, well, if it's not out in a couple of weeks, he really needs to come in and get that pulled. And today was the day. Dad wrapped his fingers around it and got that tooth out.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's head back now. I feel so much better. It's been a long time since we gave a little update of the ice house. We're still calling it the ice house, aren't we?
I think so.
Yep. So Warren was working on putting in the floor, or the subfloor. So we now could actually go sit up in the loft if we wanted to, right?
Yep.
What's the next step after that?
I have to plumb in the wood stove piping.
Okay, so the wood stove is going to go right there.
Because that's the key to getting everything else done, is we got to get some heat inside here. But once I get that plumbed in, then we're moving it to the final spot. So.
Great. We are going to be working through a new meal plan. So I think, so we kind of have two things going on in this new meal plan. One, I just kind of made a list of some things that we had on hand, and then I had Warren and Peter were by me, and they both gave me some ideas of a couple of things that they wanted added to the meal plan, which of course is like just the same old, same old. But Warren got me a magazine for Christmas. Where is it? Here we go. He got me this magazine here, 30-Minute Meals, and he's like, you like reading through cookbooks, I was like, of course I do. I also like making the new recipes. So anyway, I had everybody in the family go through and put their name by something. I'm going to be working through those meals as well. So some of the things that they picked are air fried crumbed chicken tenderloins, jalapeno garlic and onion cheeseburgers, slow cooker pot roast au jus, spicy sliders. So we have a number of recipes there. So tonight I actually am going to do the jalapeno, let me see. I have to mix the beef with a little bit of onion and some jalapeno and some garlic and salt and pepper. So I just added the onion, and then it calls for a jalapeno diced for a pound of meat. I have 3 pounds, and I'm going to use some of my jalapeno relish. A teaspoon of minced garlic. So I'm going to do tablespoons since I have 3 pounds. And then it's 1.5 teaspoons of salt for the 3 pounds. As well as 1.5 teaspoons of pepper. So here is the recipe for jalapeno garlic and onion cheeseburgers. That is the picture. I don't have tomato or red onion, and we are not putting extra jalapenos on. We just have the jalapenos that are in it. I made some sweet potato fries from a bag, pork and beans from a can. Here are the burgers. Ooh, those look beautiful. Uh-oh. Kind of stuck right there.
Yumster.
I also had a package of naan in the freezer. Probably, I know it was like $1 or $2 off, one of those situations. So I brought that out, and I just followed the package directions, which says to sprinkle water on it, grill it 2 minutes on each side, which is what Warren did, and then to brush the top side with oil. So that's what we did. So I think someone might serve their hamburger on a naan, or they might just eat the naan plain. I'm not really sure.
I served mine on a naan.
Oh, you served yours on the naan? Looks really good.
It's a smashed taco kind of.
The addition of the minced onion, minced jalapeno, minced garlic, salt and pepper was a delicious addition to these burgers. It's definitely something that I would make again. Joe liked it, Peter liked it, Warren liked it, I liked it. Maria thought they were a little spicy, but she isn't a big burger fan to begin with. So I definitely will keep this in my repertoire of ways to make burgers. I have a grocery haul for you guys now. I did a Walmart pickup order. I have to say, I like Walmart pickup but I just feel like sometimes what I feel like I put in my cart and what I actually get, even though I went back and looked and what I got is what was in my cart. But I don't know if I made the mistake or if I put things in my cart and then maybe between putting them in there and checking out, it's like maybe something sells out while I'm still doing the online shopping or whatever. Anyway, here we go. I have groceries as well as some household things. So I told you yesterday that we made up a new menu plan. So I have the ham with gravy, a meatballs meal, sandwiches, chips, pickles, dirty rice, chili, taco soup, beef hamburgers, and hug and kiss soup. Now, I also have that that magazine that Warren had gotten me, and we have a bunch of meals because everybody picks something out. So this is groceries basically for that. I didn't need a ton because most of it I had. Okay, so taco soup. I got 3 bags of the corn chips. We picked up some pizzas for today because we're going to watch the Packer game. We're going to do pizzas with leftover burgers. I mean, we might do the burgers and the chips and salsa for lunch, leftover burgers, and then maybe do the pizzas later. I don't know how the day's going to go, but all I know is I did not get my ham out last night, and I forgot to get it out this morning. So today I'm going to get the ham out so I can do that for tomorrow night's supper. I did get some of this fresh ground pork. Now, we did, of course, just buy a pig, but all the ground meat I have with that is seasoned. And I was not going to pull out my grinder to do like 1 pound of meat. So I picked up some fresh ground pork. That is going to be for those pork lettuce wraps, which is going to be similar to something that we had at a restaurant. Warren and I had gone to a restaurant in Stevens Point this summer called Father Fat's. And we had something there, which was really, really good. And I'm hoping that the recipe I saw in that magazine he got me for Christmas, I hope it's going to be kind of a recreation of that. Some chicken breasts and some breast tenderloins. The tenderloins are for that meal that Sam had picked out. I think it's like air fryer chicken breaded tenderloins or something. And then this is for another one of those. I can't remember which one it is though. Packer game has been muted, which means I gotta hurry up here, you guys. Fiesta size and cafe style on the border chips. These are some of our favorites that we pick up from Walmart for having, like chips and salsa. And then I did pick up 3 loaves of bread here, potato bread, cottage white bread, and cottage wheat bread, some hamburger buns to go with those leftover hamburgers, because last night, well, I think you saw, some people served them with the, what was that? Oh, naan, with the little mini naans. Warren said that was really, really good served like that, but we only have 2 of those left. Red onion, tomato, lime, green leaf lettuce. All of this is for the recipes from the magazine. So I will be, since it uses a lot of perishable things, I'll be making some of those recipes coming up here quickly. You guys are going to see those. The lime, green onions, carrots, because we're having hug and kiss soup on New Year's Eve. I'm not going to use hamburger though. I'm going to use beef soup bones. I have a lot of beef soup bones and I thought that would be really delicious. That way, some more lettuce, coleslaw for, I think this is for those spicy sliders that Peter had requested. Montreal steak seasoning, just because we were out. Here's the chili beans for the taco soup. Miracle Whip, because I was out. Mayo, I was out. They subbed in 2 of these, which is really a bummer. One thing is that years ago when pickup first started, if Walmart had to substitute something, they ate the cost if it was more expensive. Now they do not. And if you don't get to the text quickly to say, no, I don't want that, like we were in church and so I didn't get the text, and so then they just sub in what they want. And guess what? These 2 were like $11, and the big container like this that I had originally chosen of mayonnaise was, I think, like $5.48 or something. So that was kind of a bummer because that's a lot of money, I feel like, for 2 containers of mayo. Some cilantro for the recipe that Peter had picked out. It's a sauce, which is good because some people in the family don't like cilantro. But since it's a sauce, they can choose to put it on their slider or not. And then jalapenos. I thought I ordered only 1 jalapeno, but they gave me 5 of them. And then we did have and then some sparkling grape juice. Again, I thought I ordered 2 of those, but I only ended up with 1. And when I looked back, I did, in fact, only have 1 in my cart. I can't remember if I said orange juice. Warren is going to make us some mimosas here in just a minute, and then some hoisin sauce. And I think that is for the pork lettuce wraps. A few things, just household things. So Maria is working on a project, which here again, I thought I ordered the medium weight interfacing and we ended up with the feather weight. I'm hoping that it's still going to work for her. And then some napkins, some Listerine, some dry shampoo, some Shout, and then some feminine hygiene products. And Quick Trip had a coupon for 49-cent chips. So I also ran in there when Warren got gas and I picked up a bag of 49-cent cheese popcorn. That is everything here. And like I said, in the next few videos, I will be making those meals. So you'll see all of these groceries like in action. Now it's time for the Packer game.
Game's not on.
It's not on?
No, because they...
Oh, no.
They gave us Eagles and Cowboys.
Oh.
Who cares about that?
Well, we discovered what the problem was with the Packer game. Our magnet on the fridge said it was at a noon game, and it's actually a 3:20 or 3:25 game. So that is the problem. Okay, so what we decided to do, we watched a little bit of football. Warren went out to work on the ice house, and I told the kids, I said, you know what? It's time to clean bedrooms. The boys' bedroom was pretty much destroyed, and so I was like, you know what? My bedroom also. Really, I started working on it yesterday. I got a little bit, I kind of got like stuff put in containers, but I didn't get the containers put down in the basement. And I have a lot more over there, a lot more to deal with. But I've just kind of been working over here, did some dusting and everything. And I wanted to wash the outside of my windows. And I think I broke my window. Because, look at this. It won't. And this is what it's supposed to be like. It's not supposed to do anything. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm going to ask Warren when he comes in if he would be able to look at that and see if he can figure out what's going on. Good thing it's not that cold so far this winter. Yeah, it's going really, really well. The boys' room is really coming along nicely. It feels so good after Christmas to just kind of do a big clean. And I am going to, I actually watched a video recently where the lady was working through her home and she got rid of 1,000 items. I kind of think that she included garbage in there. I can't possibly count up pieces of garbage as I'm cleaning. That's just not my style. But I am going to keep track as I put things into the Goodwill, like into our Goodwill boxes. I am going to keep track of things that I get rid of that way. And so far, I have 4 items that I put into there today. And I am going to work towards getting rid of 1,000 things. But I'm not going to count garbage. So if it's something that is just so destroyed that it cannot go to Goodwill, then that will be garbage and it won't count. I don't know how long that's going to take me. It might take me till June, but maybe I can encourage you guys to start going through some. You guys hear that? Warren's, I think he's using a chop saw. What is he using? I'm guessing that's a chop saw. I have no idea. But maybe me getting rid of 1,000 items can encourage you guys to do that too, because, okay, here's item number 5. But maybe you don't need to get rid of 1,000 items. Maybe you'll have nothing that you need to get rid of. But I have a lot of stuff that I have collected, and it's time to just start to kind of purge a little bit. Item 6. After a brutal Packers loss, we had to find something to try to cheer us up. So we started playing a few games. Maria whooped me 3 times in a row on the Tetris style game. I'll link that below. You may have seen that in our Thanksgiving video. Who just took all of the tokens while I was away?
Well,
I don't know.
lose.
And then we did a little game of Splendor where, again, Maria came out as the winner. Thanks, you guys, for joining us in this weekend vlog, and we'll see you guys in the next one super soon. Bye for now.
Which you may or may not hear. We include the audio recording in this video. But
She's our winner.
Yep.
this could be the